Saturday. I just went to Michael's yesterday and I got so much yarn. They were having a 30% off all of the yarn, so of course I had to do some damage. This is all of the yarn that I got. Wow. So I figured let's come on and do a little haul. I'll show you guys. I got some new yarn that they came out with and also some old yarn. So let me show you guys everything. Some of this yarn might surprise you guys. If you haven't already looked at my previous videos, I'm currently making a baby book for a friend, and that baby book is mainly all acrylic yarn. And me, as a, you know, typical amigurumi crocheter, I usually do not use acrylic yarn, so I had to get a lot of acrylic yarn for this book. So that is the majority of what I got, but first let's just go into the regular stuff. So I got 2 skeins of Bernat blanket, and if you guys look at these colors, you probably already know I want to make another anchor. I already had a skein of this mystical yarn in this like orangey color, but I only had one. An anchor, when I made him, I needed 2, and a lot of you guys have asked me that. 2 skeins for like the main color, and then 1 skein for the tentacle. So I'm gonna do the same kind of color scheme that I did with the blue one. Literally like the same yarn, just a different color mystical. So I got these 2 skeins, and usually these are kind of expensive. They do come with 300 grams, which is nice. So with the 30% off sale, I was like, okay, I should just pick these up now. Honestly, I don't know when I'm gonna sit down and make my second anchor. Probably not for a while, but it's nice to have the yarn on hand. The next skein that I got is this new yarn that I saw at Michael's. It's called Demi Pearl, and I don't know if this is a yarn that they acquired from Joann. Like, I wasn't that familiar with the plush yarn. Wait, actually, now that I'm speaking about it, is this supposed to be like Big Twist plush? I don't know, because this honestly, like just looking at it, it looks very similar to like Parfait XL, Sweet Snuggles, etc. And I don't have any Sweet Snuggles on hand or Sweet Snuggles Light, but I do have Parfait XL, so let's do a quick comparison. Okay, I just grabbed this skein of like hot pink. So this is Parfait XL. This is a size 7, and they are calling this a size 6, even though it's a pretty big size 6. And let's do the side by side. Okay, so Parfait XL is definitely thicker. That makes sense since Parfait XL is a size 7. This is a size 6, but I will say this is definitely like thicker than Parfait Chunky. Let me go grab a skein of Chunky. It's crazy how much variability there is because technically Chunky is also a size 6. And look how thin it is. So this is Demi Pearl compared with Chunky. And yeah, Chunky is way thinner. So I'll be curious to see how this works up. I feel like maybe you could get away with like intermixing Parfait XL and Demi Pearl, but it might turn out a little wonky. I don't know. Maybe I don't suggest that actually. Yeah, it's like 2 different sizes, so it might be a little wonky, but they had a ton of colors in stock, and I'm really shocked because my Michaels typically does not have a good selection in stores, but they had a ton of colors. So I'm very excited to try this. I might do this for another video where, you know, I challenge myself to like use new yarn again. I'll throw this into the mix. I held myself back though. I really wanted to grab like a few colors, but I was like, no, Jenna, like you do not have a specific project in mind. Don't buy more yarn if you really don't have to have it. So I did have some self-control. And also we're like moving soon, so I'm gonna have to package up my whole office anyway, so I shouldn't be buying all this yarn. And then lastly, all of the yarn that is left is literally just acrylic yarn, and let me show you guys all the colors. When I do have to use acrylic yarn, I always go for this brand by Michael's. It is the Loops and Thread Impeccables. I just love how it feels. Like usually acrylic is really rough, but I feel like this specific brand, like the Impeccables brand, it's not as rough as the other ones. Like Red Heart Saver, I would say is very rough, whereas this is more of like a smoother, softer acrylic, and you don't see a lot of the fuzzies, which is nice. So I got a brown, and then like I got a more like darker brown. Of course I had to grab black. I feel like I use this all the time for just like facial detail, so it's always nice to have in stock. This is the periwinkle color. This is the main color of my baby book, so I had to get another skein, and I think I already have 2 more skeins, so I wanted to pick up one more just in case. I also got this gorgeous blue color, and then I got this like peachy orange. It was very fun. It's not like too bright. It's coming up a little bright on camera, but in person it's more pastel-y. And then lastly, I got like this beige color. So I specifically got these colors because the different pages of the coloring book have like different, I keep saying coloring book, the different pages of the baby book have like different scenes where you have different dinosaurs. So I picked out fun colors for the dinosaurs, like blue. This orange will be another dinosaur. This blue is for the pages, and for the browns there's like a volcano scene, so that is for the volcano. Also there's like an egg, like a dinosaur egg, so I picked up like this beige one for the egg, so I'm really excited. And I have shown you guys the baby book in a previous video, but I just got done the 2 pages, and the last time I showed you guys the pages weren't done completely, so I'm going to show you right now. And then I thought maybe we could work on a spread together. I got done all of my work for today, so I'm going to treat myself and work on this baby book. It's for a friend, so there's really like no timeline, so it's kind of like a reward to myself. Once I'm like done working, I can have like a fun project. But let me put all the yarn back first. Okay, so in case you didn't see the previous video, let me just show you. The front cover is this adorable little triceratop, and it plays peekaboo. You can move the arms like this and it'll show its face, and also I bought some crinkle paper, so it's all crinkly and ASMR-y. So when I saw this front cover on Instagram where the pattern designer was showing it off, I was sold. I was like, I need to make this. So this is page 1, and also I'll have the pattern designer's page linked down below. She has several different versions of this book. I chose the dino version, but there's also like a sea life version, and I think a few other stuff. So highly recommend checking out her page. So this is the front cover, and then let me set it up for page number 2 and 3. Okay, how adorable is this? So this is a little stegosaurus, and the whole point of this baby book is that it's like super interactive in 3D. So with the cover, the triceratops could play peekaboo. So with this spread, the spikes are flexible, so you can like bend them and pull them down as you wish. And then also like these spots are 3D, so it'd be kind of fun to just like touch them and play around with them. And I just love how it looks with the 2 different pages lined up. Like this is so satisfying. And I would not call myself like an advanced crocheter in terms of tapestry, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. But I figured today, since I finished these 2 pages, let's move on to the next one. And I think the next one is fun, where it is a brontosaurus and the neck folds down. So let's work on that together. Okay, so I just printed out the 1 page that has the grid, and tapestry crochet is definitely satisfying because I just love seeing the image come together. As you go, it's literally just stitch by stitch, but once you're finished, you're like, wow, this is very satisfying. It's definitely a trust the process kind of moment because it does not look good until the very end. So technically the dinosaur should be green, but since we've been doing a lot of green already, I'm going to switch, and I'm actually going to use yellow for the dino, and then of course I'll just use my periwinkle blue for the background. But all right, I'm gonna zone in, so I'll put you guys on time-lapse mode and I'll check in with you guys. Maybe we can finish this page today. Doubt it though. I feel like tapestry crochet is definitely more tedious than just like regular amigurumi. It takes a lot of like focus, and it's more tedious since you have to count out like every color change and everything. So I don't know if I'll finish today, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, I was completely out of line and too ambitious when I was thinking, oh, maybe we can get it done. This is all that I have so far. It is the bottom of the tail. We got done 9 rounds, and I need to go get ready for dinner, so I will check in with you guys maybe tomorrow. Hopefully I can work on this again, but I'm very excited about this page. I think the brontosaurus will look so cute. Brontosauruses are my favorite type of dinosaur, so I was very excited to get started on this page. Hello friends, it is the next day. I just got done everything I needed to do today, so it is finally time to work on the baby book again. I really hope I can get this 1 tapestry page done, and then we can start working on the neck. I just really want to see it come together because I'm a little skeptical about how the head like pops up. Hopefully I'm able to do it justice, but yeah, let's get started. this is what we got done. I gotta go run again for dinner, so I'm calling it a day here, but we made significant progress. I love how it's turning out. I was scared that this yellow would not look like a shadow, but it actually worked out perfect. I'd say we're about like halfway, maybe a little further than halfway there, so hopefully the next time I come on and work on it, it'll be all done. Good morning, friends. I have something to admit to you guys. I did end up working on the tapestry more last night, and I finished the one page. This is how she turned out, and oh my goodness, you guys, I love the yellow. I'm so glad I decided to switch up the colors for the dinosaur. Look at that. I'm so in love. Also, I was kind of nervous to do the decreases because this is where the neck, like the 3D portion, will go, and it actually turned out really smooth, so I was very happy about that. And all of the color changes look very smooth too. This has been so satisfying to work on. The back is a hot mess, but it's fine because the other page will go up against it, so we will hide all of this. So the next thing that I need to work on is actually creating the 3D portion of the dinosaur, so I got started on that last night too. Ah, wait, it fell behind the camera. So this is what I got done so far, and we are back to our roots of amigurumi. I am crocheting in the round. Life is good. So I figured I'd come on and try to finish this up with you guys and also just chit chat because it's been a hot second since I chit chatted with you. Hold on, let me just pull up the pattern. Also, I grabbed some coffee. I have been obsessed with making iced coffee at home. I never made iced coffee at home because we didn't have an espresso maker, but we did upgrade to an espresso maker, honestly, like last year. I don't know why it's taken me so long to make it, but I went ahead and like bought these really cute glass straws. Also, same goes for these like ribbed glasses. They were just so pretty. I feel like having a prettier cup slash glass makes me more inclined to enjoy the beverage, which is completely bogus because, you know, it'll taste the same regardless, but just having it aesthetic makes me so happy. I probably shouldn't be drinking this though. It's 12 o'clock. No, it's 1 o'clock, so hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight. So I was also thinking, since I'm like dealing with acrylic yarn basically for this whole baby book, I thought maybe it would be fun to kind of make a challenge out of it. So I think this video will be dedicated to me crocheting with acrylic yarn, and after I finish this dinosaur, I'm gonna go and randomly select a pattern, like an amigurumi pattern, and I will have to make that pattern strictly out of acrylic. I think this will be fun because a lot of you have asked me like why I don't like acrylic, why I don't use acrylic, and honestly, like, nothing against acrylic. I think acrylic is great for certain projects. I just personally don't prefer it when working with amigurumi because you can see your mistakes a lot more, but I think now that I'm a more like seasoned crocheter, maybe that won't be the case. I don't know. I feel like I always have some mistakes in my projects, so with chenille, it's much easier to hide that. With acrylic, everything shows, but I think it'll be a good challenge. And I went ahead and already screenshotted a bunch of patterns. I did carry over some of the patterns from my other challenge video where I randomly selected the yarn in the pattern, so there's a few repeats, but there's also some new additions, but we'll dive into that later. I want to finish this first. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Also, I realized the other day, with it being September, right now it is September 15th. I know this video probably won't come out until like early October, but I can't believe we're in September. Like, the year is basically almost over. We're about to go into the holiday season, and then the year is actually over. This year honestly has been crazy. It feels like a fever dream. Like, I have been crocheting full-time now for the past 9 months, and it honestly has been an absolute dream. I feel like at the end of the year, I'll do like a full recap of everything that I've learned, but I just can't believe it's real life for me. This has been such an amazing dream come true, and it's all because of you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you again. Like, I never take this life for granted. You guys literally are the reason why I'm able to do it. So thank you so, so much. And I feel like with running my business for 9 months now full time, I have learned a lot, but one of the main things that I've learned is how important it is to actually track your business expenses. I feel like before going full time, I wasn't really on top of that. I was kind of just doing it willy-nilly here and there, but now that I'm full-time, I like make sure I'm on top of that. And especially with subscriptions, I have noticed over the past few months of going full-time, I've incorporated more and more services, but I didn't realize how much it was actually adding up to every month. And honestly, my subscriptions were kind of out of control until I found Rocket Money, who is the sponsor of today's video. So if you aren't familiar with Rocket Money, it's an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. And like I mentioned earlier, my favorite thing about Rocket Money is that it it automatically makes a list of all of your subscriptions so you can easily track them all in one place. I feel like everyone can relate where you sign up for something for a free trial and then you completely forget about it and you keep getting charged every month and it kind of just like goes under the radar. And especially as a small business owner, it turns out that I signed up for a lot of different services and I didn't even realize that I was still getting charged for them. So that was the first thing I did when I signed up for Rocket Money. I went through everything. And the coolest part is that you can actually cancel the subscriptions that you aren't using anymore with just a few taps. This not only will save you a ton of money, but it also saves you the hassle of having to deal with canceling the subscription manually yourself. And speaking of savings, Rocket Money automatically analyzes your accounts to determine the optimal time for you to save so you can reach your money goals faster. All you have to do is choose a savings goal and pick a frequency, and then you can sit back and start watching your savings grow. And you can edit, pause, or withdraw at any time. I love this feature and it really has helped me stay on top of my savings. So to try Rocket Money out today and unlock even more features with Premium, simply just scan this QR code or click the link down below in my description box to get started for free. So to circle back to what I was saying, I feel like that is definitely my biggest lessons learned, but I will definitely like compile all of them and really go over it in depth in a future video at the end of the year, because I feel like there was a pretty big like transition / learning curve when I did fully like make the switch to full time. But don't get me wrong, it has been an absolute dream and I'm so thankful for it. It has been honestly one of the best years ever. I'm totally not paying attention. Okay, I need to put you guys on time-lapse mode, but hopefully when I come back, the Brontosaurus head will be done. Alright, I just got done the little dino head. How cute is this? And now all I have to do is attach it so it'll essentially look like this, and when you turn the page, I honestly don't know how it pops up. I have to read into it, but it should just pop up like this. It's so cute, you guys. It's so cute. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this aside for now though. I made really good progress today, and the last thing I have to do for this page is crochet that other blank page. So that's kind of boring, so I won't bore you guys with that. And I think we can get on with the acrylic challenge. Let me go grab all of the colors that I have, and then also let me load the spinner and we will randomly pick what pattern I'm doing. Okay, so this time there will be 10 patterns total and I will randomly select one of them. So we'll start with the repeats from the other challenge video. So first we have the Mama Made Minis Little Dino Snuggler. Super cute. I think this would turn out really cute as a little baby acrylic one. Next we have Kato the Dragon Snuggler. Mini Anchor. I think Anchor would be so crazy in acrylic yarn. I don't even know how he would look. Probably pretty cool though, like itty bitty. I hope I don't get Anchor though. I'm sorry, Anchor. We also have the Brontosaurus. And this one is actually made in acrylic, so it'll probably look exactly like that. And we have the little baby T-Rex. This one is also made in acrylic, so it'll look very similar to this. I don't know why everything's so fuzzy. I think my connection's bad. Okay, the next is this Mama Made Minis Little Monster Snuggler, I think they call it. I thought this one would be fun because I could do a lot of fun colors like they did here in the arms. Next, we have the iconic Loaf Dog. I did make one of these Loaf Dogs, but I thought it would be cool to throw it into the mix because there's a bunch of breeds that I haven't made yet. Next is this Evolution Snuggler from Red Mills Crochet. This has been on my list for so long. I bought this probably last year when she first came out with it and have not made it, so I thought it would be cute to add in. Next is the Dino Nugget. This was also a really popular pattern way back in the day. This one specifically would be really fun in acrylic. I think the Dino Nugs would turn out so small. Like, look at that. And then lastly, this is another throwback. It is this long duck pattern, and this one's made out of acrylic. Yes, this was originally designed in acrylic, so it looks something like this, and I thought it would be cute. This was on my list for so long. I think I did try to make this back in the day and I like messed up and I gave up on it. So this is one of those patterns where as an inexperienced crocheter it was a flop, but nowadays I feel like I'll be fine. Okay, let's go spin the wheel. I want you guys to see my reaction in real time. So loaded up all of the patterns and let's see what I get. The long duck mallard! Wait, I'm so excited. Okay, low-key, when I was just describing that pattern to you guys, I was like, wow, I hope I get that because it would be so cool to see it come to fruition as like an experienced crocheter since it was a flop way back when. I think I tried it in like 2023. Yay! And it is acrylic friendly. Let's go. Oh, something dropped. And the fact that it's acrylic friendly makes me so happy, especially with this being an acrylic challenge. Okay, and I don't think I'm gonna do like random colors. I think I want to stick to it and make both of them. I'm gonna try to make both of them, but I think we'll start with the mallard first because he's so cute. Mallards have a special place in my heart. They're just so cute. Yay! Okay, and wait, who even is this pattern by? I have to go find it in my Notability app because it is like all the way down here. Oh my gosh, I bought this July 16th of 2022. That's insane. Okay, we're throwing it way back. And this pattern is by Kay's Crochet, Kay's_crochet. I'll have it linked down below in case you want to make it. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go grab the mallard yarn first. Okay, I just grabbed all of the colors. Luckily, I have all of the colors like in stock. It's kind of crazy. I don't think I've made an acrylic plushie in over a year, 2 years maybe. Oh no, wait, no, it's definitely been a year because I made that Loaf Cat sweater for the game show and they were all out of acrylic. So I guess that was the last like acrylic plushie that I've made. Okay, so she recommends a 3.25 millimeter hook. I don't even know if I have that. Let's see. I might just have to size up and use a 4 or a 3.5 actually. 3.5. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do a 3.5. And these are my special Clover hooks from Hooks and Glitter. She is my hook girl. She makes all of these amazing glittery resin hooks, and these are Clover hooks specifically. That's why I love shopping from her specifically, because she uses the Clover Amour hooks, and I only use Clover hooks nowadays. Like, I love Clover hooks. They're the only hooks that really feel like ergonomic and like don't hurt me as I crochet with them. Okay, and I'm gonna try to multitask because I gotta catch you guys up on some more stuff. Okay, so I guess the first thing that I want to catch you guys up on is that it is September 15th and my husband and I are planning to move the first week in October. So that's like 2 weeks away and it doesn't feel like we're about to move. Like, I am not in the moving mindset. I have not done anything. I did that major like decluttering in our guest bedroom. That was like a previous video, and that's where I really organized that bedroom and got rid of stuff, but that's basically it. Like, everything still needs to get packed up. I probably won't pack up my office until like the very last minute, since I do plan on continuing to work up until we move. I will make sure I film the packing video though. I feel like those are always very like pleasing and like fun to watch, so I'll make sure to film that, but it probably won't be for a few weeks now. My YouTube videos are usually like 2 weeks behind in general, so it's September 15th. I know this video will go live maybe first week of October, so in real time, my husband and I will probably be on the road right now by the time you guys are watching this video, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm trying not to panic because I feel like this is our 5th move in the past 5 years, so we are no strangers to moving, and I feel like we can get everything together pretty quick. Like, I think we could pack up our whole house in like a day or two, so maybe that's why I'm feeling like pretty calm about it, and maybe that's why we haven't packed or prepped anything yet. And if you guys watched my other videos, I also have a lot going on. So this Wednesday, so in 2 days, I am going to New York with Etsy for my first ever like brand trip, so I'll be away Wednesday through Friday for that trip. Then I come back and I have my top secret project that I've been working on. A huge deadline is due for it next week, so I'll submit that. And then our friends randomly got engaged and planned a whole wedding in the span of like 3 weeks, and they are originally from like Alabama, so now my husband and I are attending that wedding at the end of September. So the following week we'll fly out from California to Alabama for the weekend, celebrate them with their wedding, and then fly back to California, and then we will move that same week. So it is about to be super crazy. That's low-key why I'm trying to like film all of this, because I post every Wednesday and I typically do try to like film and edit and have everything ready like 2 weeks in advance. So that's why I'm like filming all of this now, even though this video won't come out until October. There's just so much going on. I'm really thankful that I am crocheting full-time, because I feel like if I wasn't, it would be really hard to get time off like for my job, like schedule the PTO. I feel like there's just been a lot of things that have been popping up last minute that I would not be able to like attend had I like still been in my corporate job. Like this Etsy brand trip, I don't think I would have have been able to get off since I've already taken off so much already. So it kind of works out that I am crocheting full-time now, and it's still so weird that I am crocheting full-time. Like, it's weird that I don't have like a corporate job. Even when I was on like my leave of absence, I still technically was employed, so I had that to fall back on, but now there's like nothing. So it's just me. I'm just out here crocheting for a living. Okay, wait, we gotta get into a groove. Okay, I'm just increasing up until 4. I seriously can't believe this pattern tripped me up. Like, I don't know what tripped me up about it, because so far it's very straightforward. Like, it's basically like how all amigurumi patterns start out. So I do not know what was going on with me in 2022. I feel like that's another question that I get a lot. It's like, oh, how can I improve my crocheting, and how do I get faster, and how did you improve your crochet skills? And honestly, it is just time and practice. I know that sounds super cliche, but it's so true. Crochet is one of those hobbies where whatever time you put into it, it will show. Like, you will get better no matter what if you keep practicing, keep crocheting. And I'd say as a new crocheter, one of the like best things to do is to just like try new patterns. I feel like if it wasn't for all of the patterns that I made back in the day, like when I first started, I was downloading and buying so many patterns and like exposing myself to so many different techniques, and that's how I really learned all of the skills that I did. I feel like it is so much more valuable to like do a pattern out of the blue, like completely like not know what you're doing and like dive into it heads first, versus like doing a pattern over and over and like making the same thing. Because when you're dealing with something completely new, it does force you to really challenge yourself and get comfortable with new techniques and learn new stitches, and it'll just make you a more well-rounded crocheter. So I highly recommend, if you are a newbie out there, just try as many patterns as you can. There's like a ton here on YouTube for free, and I feel like video tutorials specifically is so helpful when you're first starting. I myself like was glued to all of the free tutorials when I first started crocheting, because it did take me a while to be able to like open up a pattern that I've never made before and read it and make it successfully. Like, I needed a video tutorial for everything in the very beginning, but once you get comfortable and once you're good with the video tutorials and you feel like you can venture out and just read a written pattern, I'd say give that a try, because it was really freeing once I was able to not rely on a video tutorial anymore. And that's kind of when I felt more comfortable in saying like, yeah, you know what, I can buy any pattern and I can make it. So it definitely took me a while to get to that point, but with a combination of like watching video tutorials and trying new patterns and really just crocheting every day, that's kind of what got me to where I am today. And I feel like by doing the baby book and by doing like non-amigurumi projects, I'm still like challenging myself, because I definitely have areas of crochet where I still even struggle. Like, don't ask me to make a sweater, you know, because there is no way I would feel comfortable selling a sweater to anybody. But if I keep practicing and if I keep focusing on sweaters and trying out other sweater patterns, I feel like I would definitely get more confident, and maybe one day I would be okay in selling sweaters. Wow, I feel like my tension is so tight. Like, look how small it is. The one thing I do love about acrylic is how crisp the stitches are. Like, look at that. I love that. I feel like with chenille, you don't get that crisp look like you do with acrylic. What else did I have to tell you guys about? Oh, did you guys see that Shay had a dodo video made about her? If you don't know what the dodo is, it's basically like a social media channel slash like profile that showcases different animal stories. So it could be like stories of adoption, stories of like someone finding a dog on the street and like nursing it back to health. And it's not even just like dogs and cats, it's like elephants I've seen, or like coyotes, just like animals in general. So the dodo, they have like millions of followers across like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and they actually asked me, they reached out and was like, hey, we love your content and we love that Shay is always in your videos. Can we do a story about you guys? And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? That is so sweet. Yes. And basically the whole story was talking about how when I first adopted Shay, she was extremely anxious. She was extremely scared. And it was really hard for me to connect with her, honestly. Like, she was not like any of my other cats. all of my cats that I've had have been like outwardly affectionate, outwardly lovey. They've been obsessed with me. They've always like wanted to be around. Whereas with Shay, it was not the case at all. She would hide. I would really never see her. I would like beg her to rub up on me and like just show me any kind of affection. Even to this day, she won't sit on my lap, which is still so like weird and sad to me because my other cats always like sat on me. So, you know, maybe there will be a day where Shay feels comfortable enough, but long story short, she was very anxious. She's very different than any cat. So I was trying to find ways to connect with her, and actually through crocheting, I was able to help her feel a little bit like less anxious and more connected to me. If you guys remember Sam, the giant king-size turtle that I made last year, Shay was really obsessed with him, and that made me make her a watermelon cat bed, and she was happy with that. But then she started rejecting that, so I made her the avocado bed, and that was this year I completed that, and she has been loving the avocado bed. And here and there I will just make her like cat toys and just like little ad hoc projects, and it definitely has brought us together, which is so cute. She still sits on the desk with me on the 6-day star blanket, so I will say crochet definitely helped to like unite us and make our bond stronger. So it's really cute that the dodo wanted to do a whole story on that. If you guys didn't see the whole video, I'll make sure to link it down below. I don't think I could like input it on here just because it's technically their video, but definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Okay, I've been yapping a lot. I'm gonna go into time-lapse mode just because I see that I've been recording for like 13 minutes and I don't want this video to be too crazy long for you guys. So I will check in with you in a bit. Okay guys, checking in. Look how cute the duck is turning out. Oh my goodness. I was a little nervous because they have you put the eyes in before sewing on the beak. So I always get paranoid that the eyes are going to be like too far apart or too close together. But he actually turned out so perfect. And fun fact, I could not figure out the beak. I don't know. I think it's just like the way the pattern's written. I'm not used to it. So I did kind of just like improvise and do my own thing. But he turned out so cute. He's wingless and footless right now. I gotta finish that up. This is what I'm talking about with acrylic though. You can kind of see, or maybe you can't see on camera, but you can kind of see like all that stitching. And I feel like, yes, you can also see that with chenille when you sew, but I don't know. I feel like it's just like a lot more visible with acrylic. I will say my hands hurt more than they do when I work with chenille, but I think it's just because of like the tight tension and like the smaller hook size. If I was using like a 5mm hook and made him, I feel like my hands wouldn't hurt as much. I feel like they just like hurt regardless whenever I work with like a smaller hook. He's so funny though, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I know I said I was gonna make both of them, like the white duck and the mallard, but now I think I might just make him, and I will challenge myself to make one more pattern with acrylic to make things fun and spicy. So let me go ahead and finish him up. I'll come on and show you the finished look, and then we'll pick the next pattern. Oh my gosh, you guys, the mallard is done. Oh my goodness, how funny are his little feet? I think the feet are my favorite part of this pattern. They literally just dangle down there. They're so funny. It's like the leggy froggy feet. And also look at the itty bitty wings, so cute. And I added some blush. I think the blush makes him 1,000 times cuter. When in doubt, always add blush. But oh my goodness, I love him so much. It is so satisfying to actually see this pattern done, because like I said, I tried doing this back in 2022 and it was a complete flop, and I did this in acrylic, so I would say bonus points because the acrylic was definitely a bit harder. I'm proud of the sewing of the wings because you really can't see it. The beak, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. It could be cleaner, but for overall, my first acrylic project in over a year, I will give him a 9 out of 10. He is so, so cute, you guys. Highly recommend this pattern. It is an oldie, but a goodie. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the pattern that I just made, and let's see what the next one is. I don't know which one I want. Maybe the Dino Nugget. I feel like they would be fun to make. All right, let's see. Ooh, no, no, not No, should I cheat? Should I cheat and pick another one? Okay, let me just see what the next one would be if I were to cheat it, but I feel like I should just honor it and do it. Okay, let's see. What is the second choice? Baby T-Rex. No, I will honor the wheel and I will do baby anchor. I'm gonna do it. In acrylic too, so that'll be interesting. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm gonna keep it real. My iPad is literally freaking out. But yeah, I'll do it. I'm kind of curious to see how big mini anchor will turn out with acrylic. I think I want to size up though. I think 3.5 was too small for me. I think we'll go with a 4.5. I have my little Christmas hook. I cannot wait for the holiday season, you guys. It is my favorite time of year. Okay. My iPad's back to life. This is true love though, that I'm sticking to it. I really did not want him. Nothing against the pattern, it's just a lot of work. Okay, so I actually bought Anchor back in December of 2024, so last December. And yes, I remember it now. This pattern was on sale and that's why I decided to do it. Okay, I feel like we got this. I don't think mini Anchor will be that bad. Making bobble stitches though with acrylic, that should be interesting. Okay, so it's like the same deal as big Anchor. I'm just gonna make 8 tentacles. We're gonna do the bobble first. Let me think what colors I want to do. I feel like I could do some fun colors with him. So I decided to do blue. This blue color, the label got ripped off, so I'm actually not sure what the name of it is. And then I'm doing almond for the bottom of the tentacles. My idea was kind of to model it after big anchor. And although the mystical yarns is super cool with all the different colorways, this one will be more plain, but it's fine. It'll be Anchor's son. He'll be a little bit more plain and he'll probably be so tiny. I am gonna use a 4.5. We'll see how he turns out. The pattern calls for 6.5 because we should be using blanket yarn, but we'll see how big he turns out with the 4.5. I think it's gonna like literally be like this, like really tiny. I gotta put you guys in time-lapse mode because you already know making the tentacles is a struggle. I need to zone in, no chatting, but I will hopefully check in with you guys once I am done. Okay, so I just got done 2 tentacle bottoms in the past 10 minutes, and look how small they are, you guys. Wait, I need to like stretch it out. Look at that, look at the little baby bobble stitches. It honestly isn't as bad as I thought. The acrylic yarn isn't too hard to work with, and I think it's because I sized up to a 4.5. I think it would be harder if I stayed at the 3.5, so I'm glad I did that. He's gonna turn out so tiny though. I cannot get over how tiny these are. But yeah, so far so good, you guys. Good morning, friends. I just got done the 8 tentacles and they are all right here. I feel so good about having these done because after this, it's pretty quick. This is definitely the most tedious part, so it's nice to have it done with. This wasn't nearly as bad as like the full-size Anchor. This is only a chain of 30 and you have 9 bobble stitches. So I'm gonna get started on the blue portion and start connecting the tentacles, and we will see how it works out. I am going to get my nails done today. It has been so long since I had a nail appointment. I think it was back in May. Yeah, it was definitely May because that's when I went to visit my friend in the Hamptons and I got my nails done. So it's been a hot second. I'm getting them done for my Etsy trip tomorrow. I'm so excited. I really want to make sure I vlog for you guys. If I do not vlog, I'm gonna be so sad at myself. I just feel like it's still like embarrassing to like vlog out in public. Like I'm fine vlogging here in my office in the private of my own home, but outside in the real world, it's so embarrassing, but I feel like I just gotta shake it off. Okay, look how cute this little baby tentacle is. Oh my goodness. I really am glad I went with the blue, so it'll look really cute next to big Anchor, but 1 down, 7 more to go. Hey guys, I'm back from my trip. It was so amazing. Bad news is that I didn't really vlog. You guys are going to be so angry at me. I was so adamant about vlogging, but as soon as I got there in person, I was like, I'm too shy. I'm too shy. I am sad that I didn't vlog the whole thing because some of the sellers that I I met actually did go ahead and vlog with the same camera that I have, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and they were vlogging the whole time. So I don't know why I got so like camera shy, but I do plan on kind of recapping everything with you guys. But before we do that, I wanted to give you an update on Anchor. I went ahead and brought him to the airport with me, like the little tentacles, because that is what I had to get done. And the good news is that I actually did go ahead and finish all 8 of the tentacles. So here they are. I still can't believe how small they are. I also get pretty shy crocheting like in public and like at the airport, but I found the courage in me to actually sit down and pull out the crochet because I needed to get it done. I know one of my New Year's resolutions for 2025 was to crochet in like a coffee shop or places outside of my office, and I don't think I've achieved that yet. There's something so nice about just like sitting at your desk, or maybe it's just a me thing, but I love sitting at my desk because I have everything nicely in front of me. When I crochet on the couch, everything is kind of scattered, and although it is comfier, I don't like that everything is scattered around and it's like harder to handle, like the stuffing and the trash and the yarn. It's just very nice to have it all laid out in front of me. So that's why I'm always crocheting at my desk. I'm really hoping to get Anchor done either today or tomorrow because I need to wrap this video up. But before I work on him, I wanted to show off some happy mail that I got. The first thing that I got is from one of my patrons. Look how amazing this 3D printed yarn bowl is. It is of a dragon, of course, and the detail is insane to me. Like, the 3D printed stuff blows my mind because how is this created? Like, I know how 3D printers work, but the fact that they're able to create stuff like this, it blows my mind. I love the colorway too. The rainbow makes it so pretty. And wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I didn't even say who this is from. This is from one of my patrons, Janice. She is amazing. She 3D prints this, and she also has other stuff on her shop. She's a fellow crocheter. This is her business card, Whips and Chains. I love that. So definitely go give her a follow. I really have enjoyed getting to know her through my Patreon, and she also included some 3D heart hook stitch markers. Wait, why did I say heart hook? They're just heart stitch markers. I can't talk. Like, look at these, and they actually work. Like, you just push it in and it's like that. So cute. If you're watching, thank you so much, Janice. I will treasure this, and actually I will probably use this right now when I make Anchor. Just like that. And I like that there's holes right here so I can put my yarn through there, or I could put it through the spiral part. And then the other happy mail is from, of course, my friend Melissa at Bora B Babies. She always spoils me. Melissa, if you're watching, thank you so much. You seriously spoil me so much. But look at these gorgeous eyes that she sent me. Okay, not gonna lie, some of these eyes did fall out when I opened it, so I had to put them back. So the names might not be like matching, but oh my goodness, look at these ones and these ones and the pink. Like, this is incredible. Melissa crushes it with the eyes, and I can't believe that Melissa honestly started making eyes like not that long ago, and she's already like a master at it. So gorgeous. And then she sent me 2 more, and like, these are so sparkly. I love a good sparkle moment. And then also she sent me a blue set, and these are the blue. Look at that little like pop of pink though. Obsessed. Thank you so much, Melissa, and definitely go check out Melissa's shop. I'll have it linked down below, Bora B Babies. But okay, enough yapping. I'm gonna get back to Anchor, and then after I'm done crocheting, I'll chat with you guys about the Etsy experience because I don't think I'm gonna be able to multitask. Hey friends, another day of working on Anchor. I just got done the top portion though, where I'm able to put in the eyes and make his little like eye bumps. At this stage, I think Anchor looks a bit wonky, but once I add his forehead bump, I think he'll look so adorable. I ended up using these eyes. I think these are 6mm, but honestly, I'm super awful at like determining eye size, and none of my eyes are like organized by size. I don't have any labels, so it's truly just like a guessing game, but I'm pretty sure these are 6mm. Let's go make the forehead bump and finish him up, finally. This took way longer than I expected, but it is Anchor, so it is a slightly longer pattern with all of the bobble stitches, all of the tentacles, so it is what it is. I did not want him for this exact reason, but it's fine. I gotta keep it real. I gotta stick to the challenge and make it authentic. I just got done mini anchor. He turned out so cute. I'm glad that I went ahead and did this because I feel like otherwise I would have never made mini anchor out of acrylic. So without further ado, let's see him. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's so tiny. I actually really love the details, and sewing usually with acrylic you can see like all of the like stitches and mistakes, but looking closely at this, you really can't see it. So maybe I just got better, or this color is good at hiding the mistakes. Here is under. I went ahead and made the under portion. I was going to cheat and not do it, but I was like, no, I made everything else. I might as well actually complete the pattern. And look at that, and look at the little baubles. He is so cute. And wait, I gotta put him on my shoulder like I did with Big Anchor. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He kind of is giving me like spider vibes though. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just like the long 8 legs, but he's kind of giving me spider vibes. He's so mini though. He's so mini compared to Big Anchor up there. I'll have to do a side by side, but yes, I am so glad I made him and we finished him up. I would definitely call the acrylic challenge a success. We made the duck, we made anchor, we made the coloring. Wait, why do I keep saying coloring? We made the baby book page. Everything turned out great. I definitely have too much acrylic yarn for not using acrylic like on a daily basis, but I'm glad I finally got to put some of it to use. I wanted to turn the camera so you guys could see him in better lighting. Look at him, he's so cute. Ah, can't hold on to him. I love how like pronounced the stitches are with acrylic. So beautiful. And then let's compare him to Big Anchor. He's so small, you guys. He's so small. This video is already a bit lengthy, so I will save all of my Etsy stories for next video, but I'll definitely tell you guys all about that trip because it was seriously so amazing. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing these like new challenge videos. They're definitely fun and keep things exciting and new. I'm slowly cutting down on all of the patterns that I've been meaning to make. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!